Well, greetings and salutations. I skimmed through parts of the hangout that were going on today to see if Riley decided that he was going to respond to my video last night, and he did. It's so bad, man. It is so bad. Well, here, hold on. Let me see if I can roll this up here real quick here. And by the way, if you're going to show my stuff on your hangout, then I'm going to show your stuff on mine. I don't want to hear no shit about it. Let's see. Now that was up around the 4:45 minute mark, somewhere around there. Okay, and ultimately, what Riley did, this was funny. What Riley did was he claimed to have gone. Okay, there's a piece of my my video. He claimed to have gone up. Okay, he went up on here and did basically what I did yesterday, but not completely, of course. This was something else I was working on. We don't need these. Because they are not anything that I put into my video. So, yes, this is the outline that I made of the tree patches up to just next to the town of Bride, and just to the left of the line of sight of the town of Bride from St. Bees. Now, I can't even give him an E for effort here because I showed the drawing of these lines far longer than I showed the drawing of this thing in my video. So I can't even blame him for, or I can't even let him go on that. I just can't. And then here was the, let's see, I think this was the view that I used. Pretty sure. Yeah, this was the view I used. Okay, which is along the line of sight between the town of Bride and St. Bees. Okay, now what did he do? Well, first he does this. I'm going to kill the sound because we don't need to hear this part. But first he does this. And now hold on a second. This is where this gets funny. And then he compares it. Actually, wait, no, I do need to play the sound because he said something right here that's quite important, actually.
I haven't showed it. I'll have to show it on mine. Right, so what I've done is I've done what Sly's done.
No, he didn't.
Identified the stack of trees or this little bit of wooded land. And I've put a polygon around it so that A, it stands out, and B, you can see it in relation to everything else. Now,
in relation to everything else.
Sly can check this, double check this with what I'm saying. I've identified the part that he's identified.
Yeah, I didn't exactly make it a secret, man. As a matter of fact, unlike y'all's hangout, I also show all my coordinates. But, it doesn't matter. I mean, we know where we're talking about, but it's just a point.
Which is this area. And what I've done is I've just put a flat plane across the top of it so it stands out.
Cool.
A, you can see that it's bending down, so it's on a hill. It's not flat.
Yep.
B, these are the trees, so you can imagine what trees on a hill would look like.
Mm-hmm.
But what's most important is in relation to this stitch thing, this like this hill front, this gold.
Okay, now this here is a berm on the England-facing side of the Isle of Man. Okay, let me go ahead and get back out of this view real quick. Hold on. Okay, now this is the berm that he's talking about. It's a rather significant berm. There's actually, you can actually Google it, or I thought I could do that. Didn't I see that sometime, or was that on? I think that was on Google Maps. But anyway, there's like one spot down there that you can actually do a street view from. God damn it, get out of ground view. And maybe I can see it better from up here. No, it's not showing it. It was like right here. Yeah. Well, anyway, it is a very, very significant berm. Okay, it's quite high. It goes up 66 meters. Actually, no. Wow, I'm sorry. I was in the wrong spot there. It goes up over 80 meters. Okay, pretty friggin' high. But nevertheless, I'll show you why I find this funny. Do you see this relation? Okay, the relationship that he's showing here. Okay, now I'm going to do my best to match it. Okay, just using my patch, which is almost identical to his patch. His was, you know, he didn't exactly trace the contours, but that's really not important. But let's see. We'll take it like this, and then, you know what? Actually, as a matter of fact, I will, just so we can get a really good line up here, I'm going to, just going to open a blank text document because that'll give me a straight vertical. Okay, now the edge of his trees here, is that it? Yeah. Okay, the edge of his trees goes to, let's see, I wonder if we can get this, how are we going to get the, oh, okay. The edge of his trees, okay, there's this dark area in the field here. The left side of the dark area is where the edge of his trees line up. And I think he even moves it again after this. So let's go ahead and draw a directly, okay, no, that's off a little bit. Okay, clear. Trying to be fair. There we go. Here's the dark area. Okay. Well, actually, I'll just line the two of them up, and then I'll have my angle. There we go. Okay. Now this is the angle of which he shows this. Okay. I think he even moves it once more. Let's just check here, because I didn't exactly see that. That was the wrong window. This is the window I was looking for. Let me see if he moves it. Hold
Golden
on.
coloured hill front. You can.
Okay, no, he's backed up.
Can you hear us?
Hello?
And
Say
here's
hello.
Nathan ejecting people again. But, you know, it's his hangout. Do what you want.
No, he's gone. Hopefully he's not kicked anybody.
No.
I'm still here.
Still here, Jazz?
Come on.
Yeah, still here, mate.
Good, good, good.
So
Okay.
I'll just carry on in, well, now that I'm not, right, so in relation to this stitch, right, you can see that what Sly's identifying as a set of trees as the chimney stacks with smoke coming out of them.
No, I did not identify that patch of trees as the chimney stacks with the smoke coming out of them. I identified that as the top of the smoke that you are claiming. Okay, that had nothing to do with the chimney stacks. But we'll continue.
He's put them relative to this stack. He's put them immediately to the left.
Immediately to the left of the berm. Okay, immediately to the left.
Okay. So if these are the smokestacks, get rid of this.
Now look at here. He's playing my thing here. Okay. Here's the lines that I drew of the field breaks. This line up here is the patch of trees. Okay. It's the berm's not even on the picture. Okay. Not even on the picture. Collision. So immediately, now he said to the left, he corrects himself later and he says to the right, but immediately next to him, nah. Okay, now hold on.
We don't need that anymore. It would mean that when we go back to the actual evidence, which I'll get up this one.
We need to make a drinking game. Every time Riley says evidence, everybody needs to drink.
So you're looking for the smokestacks that are immediately to the right of that stitch. So let's just see whether that lines up in any event.
This is funny.
Because this will tell you whether it's right or not.
Callbacks, hello?
Hello? That wasn't enough, that. Do you want to speak again, mate?
Hello?
Hello? How can we help you?
Yes. Hi. Yeah, because he might snipe me.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe. What?
I've got rid of it.
Where is it?
Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. Why have you joined?
Okay,
What do you want?
In a second, he's going to say that this here is that patch of trees. Okay, you can watch the video. I'm not going to. There's a whole thing here where Nathan makes a speech about, don't show up on my thing and just to be joining a part of it and all this other stuff, but join on and contribute and blah 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 and all this. There's also a part in here where guess what, dude? It shouldn't be advocating alcohol poisoning. That's funny. The there was also a neat little thing in here where Nathan said that Riley wasn't talking condescending enough. And I guess he was probably trying to, maybe there was a hidden joke there. I don't know. But if you were trying to say that you need to be talking shit to me, Nathan, let's not forget you were the guy who said that NASA claimed to have filmed the LEM launch from the moon's surface on Apollo 17 from the face of the Earth. I would love to be able to show you those quotes, but Nathan has since deleted them and made the thread look like I'm talking to myself. So, but, nevertheless.
Want to say,
Okay.
Put the line of sight in. It doesn't.
There it is.
You can see that it's directly relative to it.
There you go. That was it.
All right. So Sly's identified this.
Okay. Sly's identified this patch of trees. Yeah, I identified a patch of trees, but not from this angle. But listen to what he says. We already know that he doesn't think that the raising of the horizon between two objects, you know what I'm talking about, looking over the hump, he says only drop is important and all this. He's just basically excluding things that well, exist in reality. Listen to what he says here about this lineup that he's got.
Patch of trees as the stacks. Relative to this stitch, they are immediately to the right. Now, I'm not going to put the line of sight in. It doesn't. You can see that it's directly relative to it. It goes off.
I'm not going to put the line of sight in because you can see that it's immediately next to it. Not going to put the line of sight in, Riley. Okay. Since when is not? Since when is line of sight all of a sudden not important? Okay. Since when is that not important? Really? That's Riley. Okay. Now I just put this. Okay. I did this line up on his setup here. Okay. I think it's pretty fair. I'm up a little bit high, but what do you call it? There's the edge of the trees. There's the dark patch. Here's the edge of the trees. Here's the dark patch. And I drew this line. Well, let's extend this line out. Okay. It's at 92.77 degrees starting from the trees. Wow, bam, I nailed it. 92.77 degrees. So it doesn't matter if you are looking from Raven Glass or if you're looking from St. Bees. Doesn't matter. There must be no difference in the view, right? Well, first of all, again, this is the view that I put in because it's the line of sight from St. Bees to Bride. Okay? This is why this looks like that. And then there's refraction going on right down here at the surface. He even admitted inferior mirage. He also says that 0.5 degrees is nothing and insignificant. We'll get into that in a second. Okay. The refraction that happens right here, which you can also see, well, in the actual image, you can see there's a building right up here. It's kind of a horizontally long building. And then you could see its reflection down below. Okay, that's the inferior mirage going on. And these right here at the tips are stretched downwards. This right here, the trees in the background, okay, which would be higher than this. Mind you, this is a flat plane. This is a flat polygon that was put on there, and not even raised or elevated. He says, or that right there is the part where it looks like smoke going across. Now, funny enough, something this low, and if the wind's blowing only this lightly, wouldn't the smoke be going up beyond the surface? But we won't go into such little things, especially seeing that Riley says that I said we're looking from over here. Which, whoops, sorry. Trying to get this a little bit more in the middle, but oh well. Riley says that we're looking from over here. Well, gosh, yeah, that wouldn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense out of what I drew, now would it? Would it, Riley? Don't misrepresent my shit, man. Okay? Don't. I don't misrepresent yours. I have a fun time explaining it, but I don't misrepresent yours. And later on in the hangout, he actually does go into saying that he believes, or at least he's willing to concede, I think something more along those lines, that this in the video is actually, what you see in the video, this is actually this portion of the Isle of Man. He thinks that Bride is up here next to a little tuft of trees, okay, which he claims is this, which it's not. Okay, now here's the funny part. Here's the funny part. Now, remember, he says that the town of, or over to the right of the town of Bride, there's a smaller town. Actually, it's only like 2 or 3 houses and all this. And that's what he says is that lighthouse with the half moon island and stuff like that. Well, let's talk about a little bit of logic here real quick. This just kind of came to my mind while I was doing this. Now, Riley claims, where's that damn lighthouse? Isn't this it down here somewhere? Well, there's a lighthouse over here, which he keeps on wanting to claim. Where the hell is that lighthouse? Anyway, there's a lighthouse that he wants to claim is, oh, no, I'm sorry. I think he said it was this one. Yeah, I think this is it up here. Yeah, this lighthouse. Now, he says this lighthouse is on the image of the Isle of Man. Well, here's the thing, right? And he says it's, on the same piece of land that is on the berm, or that the berm starts with the berm. He says they can see this lighthouse. Now that's always been his contention. Well, here's the cool part about that. Okay, that means that his vision. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Let's go to path. His vision, clear, goes from here to here, then somehow has to curve back around to here to get that berm basically butt up against this piece of land. Riley, this is what you're saying that your line of sight has to do. Okay, this is what you're saying. This is your claim. Okay, you just said that berm is on Isle of Man, the very same berm that we both are referring to. But yet you say just to the right of it is this island, or this lighthouse with the half moon thing. And oh yeah, and by the way, residents of Scotland, Riley thinks that seems to think that the only part of your land that's viewable goes out to maybe about here, to this direction, not to this direction. So anyway, I mean, come on, Riley. It's not even difficult to show the bullshit that you're talking. Okay? It's not even difficult. Oh yeah, everybody, make sure you keep on asking Buddy Boy about the edge of flat Earth being over, being in Lake Erie. Yeah, that's his claim, or that's the result of his analysis, actually. So, what else do we got going? Oh, there was something else that was discussed in there, and it was about refraction and how much they hate hearing about refraction. Okay, refraction happens on a very small percentage above the horizon. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and kill this for right now. On a very small percentage of the horizon is where any refraction happens. Okay, and it typically only, well, I won't go into that, but I'll just say this. Okay, let's go ahead and open up a PowerPoint. I know how much y'all love my PowerPoints. Okay, so typically, let's say you are looking out over water, refraction happens at a very, very small portion of the horizon. From the observer's point of view and the observer's field of view, it's typically, well, it's always going to be about less than 1 degree. Okay, it's always going to be less than 1 degree, always. Now you might say, "Oh, well, we got you because you know Isle of Man is huge and the Willis Tower is huge, and did you see that mountain in the Skunk Bay stuff?" Yeah, well, because these are all things that Riley has brought up. Let's discuss this 1 degree. Okay, because he was also talking about how the drop of 0.5 degrees of horizon at 1,000 feet was insignificant. Okay, it's minuscule, it's insignificant, and all this, and so therefore he was looking to dismiss it. Well, let's talk about that, because you see, at 0.5 degrees, there's actually a lot of claims that you've made that you might not realize are actually at 0.5 degrees. Okay, you want to hear some of them? Let's talk about some of them. Okay, first of all, let's bring this back up. Now, the tallest hill on the Isle of Man. Now, mind you, I'm about to use flat math here real quick, because flat math is easier to do and far easier to understand. Okay, so let's get the meter count. This is, oops, why is it like that? Okay, this is Snaefell Hill, highest point on the Isle of Man. Okay, highest point. Now, giving it a rough 611 meters, which is stated here. Okay, we'll just go 610. Well, no. You know what? We'll round up. We'll go to 615. Okay, give you the advantage. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure that distance in meters, because we're using meters for the height. So in meters, back to St. Bees, because I think we can all agree that that mountain, even though in one of the days it was actually covered with clouds, we can see that mountain, right? Everybody agree with that? We can see that mountain. So to St. Bees, 61,239 meters. 61,239 meters. Okay. Now, this is a triangle calculator. Okay. Now, I'm not even going to put your height into this because it doesn't matter. This is just angular size. Okay. So, what was this distance here? This is B right here. This distance was, whoa, didn't mean to do that. Whoops, I'm hitting other things here. Kind of getting ahead of myself. 61,239 meters. 239 meters. Okay. Now, how tall was that hill? We rounded up to 615. 615 meters. Okay. Ready? Calculate. 0.57 degrees. The entire, the height, the maximum height of the Isle of Man from St. Bees is 0.575 meters, or degrees. Make sense? Okay. Now, if you're going to say that refraction doesn't happen there, you're going to be wrong. Okay, because you also said that that's insignificant and small and all this, and somewhere along this this hangout, you also said something to the fact that, yeah, you can get down with, with the idea of that insignificant amount of refraction going on. Now, mind you, you are only going to view refraction from your point of view, from your field of view, at the observer's location. It's not 0.57 degrees above the surface the entire way, which would be wouldn't even register as a pixel in any of this. Okay, this is the percentage of your field of view that this is happening. Okay, that this entire mountain. Okay, this entire mountain. As a matter of fact, let's see. Does he move over a little bit? Oh God, I don't see your mug. Where's it at? Ah, screw it. I got the picture myself. Hold on. So this, was that in there? There it is. Okay. This entire mountain right here is 0 across a flat plane, mind you. Let's forget curvature because you guys forget it every single time. 0.57 degrees is this entire mountain above the horizon if we were on a flat plane. 0.57 degrees. Okay. Now, let's take a look at some other things that are teeny tiny. Okay. These are the numbers for the Sears Tower or Willis Tower. Okay. Willis Tower is 527 meters tall. And from, oh shit, where did I, hold on a second. Where did I do that line from? Hold on. Oop, that's not the one. This is the one. Now, I did this, I think, where everybody likes to claim that measurement was made was from here. I think it was from here. If not, it's going to be a little bit more, so it'll be even a little bit smaller. Okay, so basically, the further away you go, the smaller it's going to get. Willis Tower, from here, is 0.487 degrees. Okay, you understanding what I'm saying here? Even though we see these high definition pictures or these larger pictures, and you can actually define what you're seeing and stuff like that, does not mean that it's that huge in your field of view. As a matter of fact, I think Riley said in one of his videos that one of his Isle of Man videos actually came out of the fact that he was testing his camera and he didn't know what he was going to see because he couldn't actually see the Isle of Man very well. He just knew which direction it was. Okay, funny. You use the direction to find it. Go figure. Okay. So, let's see. I'll get rid of. Now, where is my other one here? There was another thing here. Oh, and at 1 hour and 2 minutes, he says that nobody has been able. Well, he claims that nobody's been able to do anything on this, no matter how many times it gets shown to him. Let's go back over to England. He said that nobody has been able to show nobody's been able to show the 4 dots. Everybody know what the 4 dots are? I'm pretty sure that this has been discussed billions of times, but I'll just for those who might just be joining the conversation, 0.57 degrees. Okay. The 4 dots. Okay, now I've heard them say all kinds of neat things about them, but I know where these 4 dots are. Okay, I've nailed it down. Okay, because you see what I did is I went from the known locations, which was the berm and these hilltops, and I stretched a scale across here to show the azimuth directions, and then just went in and found what they found, and it found everything that it needed to include those 4 dots. Again, oops. God, I hate. Yep, damn it. I hate the new one. Anyway, we're talking about the 4 dots. And not the golf building or the white blob, but the 4 dots. They were actually pretty easy. I'll show you what they are. Okay. I don't know who else has done this. I know a lot of people have done this, but I'll tell you what I have identified. Let me go ahead and get rid of this line because we don't need it. Well, actually, I'll just turn it off. Okay. So if you want to know what I've identified from here, yes, I spend an afternoon, actually more of an evening, doing this. But I have identified, let's see. Now I use this just as a marker point. That's the northernmost point. You can't see it in the picture. Let's see. Had that going on. That's supposedly Riley's Lighthouse. There's the town of Bride. Let's see. And this is the dip that's in the picture, which, oops, my bad. Moving over. Okay, this is the dip. Okay, that's at 256.74 degrees. I get so tired of this thing. Stop messing with me. Okay, anyway. The dip. Okay, and then let's see. This is the antenna that Geo pointed out to me, which I thought was pretty cool. And that's the antenna. There's the berm. There's a long line to the berm, just to find out if there's anything behind it. Let's see. Then this is the. Okay, yeah, that was the berm. This is the end nub. This was the only thing that Riley and I actually agreed on. Okay. Sorry, that was the berm height. This was the end nub. This was the only thing that Riley and I actually agreed on. And yes, you can actually go into Street View and you can actually see this nub as it is. Okay, inferior mirage. So, and then there was, oh geez, I'm not going to go through all these, but I identified here, 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 town of Bullen, here. This is that peak in the back there, but I think I just used that for orientation at one point. So, and then there's another hump there, and then this is at Ballanetta. There's a oh yeah, by the way, that's what your white blob is Ballanetta. There's a building up there. It's a wildlife preserve, I think they called it. This is the golf building, which is not in the picture because the golf building is off to the end, off beyond where they have the edge of the picture. Okay. The golf building. Hold on. This was what Ranty said was a golf building. This is the white blob that I was just talking about, which is actually a portion of a wildlife reserve. But you don't even see it. Okay. You cannot even see the lighthouse or anything like that. Okay. And then, of course, there is Long Ness. Now, the part that we wanted to talk about here. Okay. Turn all these off. Oops. Turn all these off. Wow, it's a lot of things that I have to turn the check marks off on. Oops, that was that. Okay, now, here. This is where those 4 dots are. Okay, now, this was just by using the scale. As a matter of fact, now I don't know if I actually saved the completed one. That's why I'm kind of not throwing it out there. Well, you know what? Screw that. I was going to show you the scale, but I don't know where I saved the actual completed one. But that's fine. I just showed all the stuff that I know. Okay, now the panels, the 4 panels. Okay, which they call the 4 dots or whatever they were calling them. Those 4 panels are right up here. Okay, those 4 panels are right up here. Okay, to the left, to the right. This one can't be seen. Okay, you're looking at it about from this angle. Now, if you're wondering where I'm talking about, well, it's pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Now, I don't know if you can see it now. I'm up a bit high, so they're offset from each other. But here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, why they look like that? They're offset because I'm up high. But as I go down, they even out, and that's where the 4 panels are. Okay. No, they're not behind the curve of the hill. Okay. It's that simple. That's what the 4 dots are. You good? And this is also, by the way, looking in the direction from the line of sight. Not just kind of picking any old place to look at things. Got it? All right. So that's all I really had. I love it when people misuse what I show them. Okay. I don't know anybody who's claiming hologram. And if you're claiming hologram, oh my God, you're a fucking idiot. So, you know, if you're going to bundle people into that discussion, you can leave me out of it, because you got to prove the existence of holograms first, or unless that's your actual words for what people, you know, when you try and discredit somebody's information. Okay. 0.5 degrees is not insignificant because it is the size of the highest point here. Oh, Pissy Pete's here. Wait, isn't Pete Shea Jeranism? Or was that something else? Didn't I hear that? He tried to go up on somebody's site as something. I don't remember. So let me go ahead and that's all I really had for this go round. Okay, I absolutely. Oh, he's not? Okay, I'm sorry. Then I got that one backwards then. You think that I'll end up? Okay, Petey. You think that I'm going to end up with? Oh, and by the way, Kaiser Cube said no, that's not Jaren. But okay, fine. I think Sly will end up with much egg on his face. Now, I haven't been watching the chat, so tell me what I'm going to have egg on my face about, specifically in detail. Because you see, here I am backing my stuff without claiming wild. Oh my God. Come on. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Come on, Betty. How long does it take you to type? We can, buddy, but you can't. You think the edge of the flat Earth is Lake Erie. Where'd Petey go? Oh, okay. The field borders, you say, make lines. Wait, what? English, motherfucker, do you speak it? The field border. Let me get this so it'll stop. There we go. The field borders, you say, make the lines, shouldn't be seen at all. Really? Do I have to pull out the dang Jaws video? Because as much as I absolutely love it, I'm embarrassed to have to show it because I haven't got my own can of materials for it. But dang Jaws, he knocked it out of the park, and you guys are too afraid to go look at it. Come on, Petey, that's all you got? You shouldn't be able to see it? Yes, refraction. The very same thing that you guys say is somewhat responsible for the perspective that causes a impossible sunset. Oh, I'm not wasting time teaching flatards. I'm telling them they're wrong. I just don't go the direction of calling them flatards because, well, I have my reasons. That's just silly. Uh-oh, Rumpus doesn't think I'm right. What you got, Rumpus, then? Actually, you could probably hit me in the back chat and give me a coordinate or something like that you think what it is. The Hawaii produces composite CGI cartoon images. It has to be ruled out. Exactly. The other guys will deal with your objections, Sly. They have spent enough time on this. No, they haven't. Okay, and if you're going to come in here and talk shit, man, you got to back it up. Otherwise, you don't have. Otherwise, you just admitted with this statement. Okay, you just admitted with this statement that you just came in here to talk shit. Okay, and you don't have any information to share. Okay, the other guys will deal with your objections, Sly. They have spent enough time on this, not me. So you haven't spent any time on this, and yet you want to come here and talk shit. Now I understand Buddy Boy wants to come here and talk shit because that's all he's got. Okay, but you want to come in here and talk shit after admitting that you don't even know the subject matter? Doesn't exactly. Well, it sounds mighty flat earth of you. Yeah, good luck with that, Buddy Boy, if you actually knew what that actually means. Y'all heard pear shape, and you guys pictured a fruit. They are 4 lights. You got nothing else, Pete? Gosh, here I was thinking I was going to learn something today. Oh, Ute. Spreading the word about the earth being flat. Yeah, I got keep thinking that, bud. Better off talking to a brick than trying to talk to Pete. I am not interested in the intricacies, Sly. I already know that the earth is flat and stationary. Oh, really? And you did that without intricacies? How'd you get that then? You just watched some YouTube videos and you said, well, that sounds cool. Because that's what you're saying, right? Oh, wait. Yeah, Everett, that's a good point. I'd really like to point that out. You know, I've often said that probably about a third of my subscribers are flat earthers, and some of which are quite obvious ones. What do you call it? Flat Earth Addict is one of them. Isn't it funny? Okay, I don't consider myself very popular, but right now I have 127 people watching this video. Unannounced. I didn't stage this. I didn't put anything up and all this. I didn't put out a reminder and stuff like that because sometimes I just don't know what kind of time I'm going to have, so I don't like to get people's hopes up. And somebody who might actually want to see my shit. But I got 129 viewers right now. Okay, and I would say about a third of them are probably flat earthers. Well, if y'all ain't subscribed to me and y'all don't find this shit interesting or something like that, and if you all only want to come here and talk shit because that's what you do, why are you subscribed to me? Because you shouldn't even know that I'm online. I've been a flat earther since 2013, man. You won't deal with the Wide Awake videos. Oh, thank you. I won't deal with Wide Awake's videos. I did deal with Wide Awake's videos a couple of times. Interesting enough that you bring that up. Why are you endorsing somebody when somebody over there is talking about intricacies? And Wide Awake has never produced fucking anything more than any other flat earther just talking. Okay? Show me an experiment that backs up any of his claims. Show me where he has performed anything other than echo the claims of other flat earthers. Show me that. You're not subscribed to me. It was advertised on the main page. Well, here's the thing, man. Again, I only have like 1,500 subscribers. YouTube has far greater things to advertise than me. Okay, so I'm not really buying it that you saw it was advertised on the main page and you just happened to show up, right? And by the way, if you're not interested in the intricacies, then why did you happen to show up in the first place? Hmm? Since you want to go there with it. They complain when you don't address their videos and accuse you of being obsessed with them when you do. Yeah, no shit. You know, I actually had that with Oakley. Nathan Oakley a while back had actually he was telling me to go. He was saying, "Good troll, good troll." You know, he was telling me to go watch one of his videos. He only had like about 500 subscribers at that time, and what do you call it? Which at the time I only had like 2. So you know, don't get me wrong, he had far more than I did. And he was telling me to go troll his video, repeating it. The conversation thread is still there, but he deleted because in that same conversation thread was the one that he said that that NASA claimed to have filmed the Apollo 17 LEM ascension from the Earth. He said that NASA claimed that they did that from the surface of the Earth, not remote controlled from Earth, from the surface of the Earth. And he went back and he deleted his comments. Okay, he went back and he deleted his comments, and like I said, now it looks like I'm talking to myself. So make up your minds, guys. Let's see what else we got. No, Pete doesn't know exactly what he's looking at all. Yeah, buddy boy, he's got more subs than me now. Boy, I'm so hurt about that. But you know what? We worked it out the other night, very simply, at least from his last 12 videos at that time, that I got, what do you call it? He's got, what does he got? He had 3 times my subs, and I have 5 times his views. So I don't want to hear it, man. I know you don't like math, you know, because, oh yeah, Buddy Boy was also the guy who said that 1 revolution per year, everybody listen, 1 revolution per year is 67 times faster than 1 revolution per day. Tried to convince me of that. That was funny. Bodie me Bobby. Let's see. Grim, you haven't identified the smokestacks or tuft. Yeah. Deal with the lighthouse at the southern. It's not in the picture, dude. It's not in the picture. Okay? So there's nothing to deal with. And not to mention, even if that white blob, which you guys claimed, well, which flat earthers and idiots claimed is that white blob, and if the building to the right of it, or the object to the right of it, the rectangular object, was actually that golf building, do you realize that the lighthouse is actually supposed to be higher than it? And yet here it is, not even a third of its height. So yeah, good luck with that. Oh, Live Sparkane. Let me guess, you've been watching what do you call it? Bonehead's videos. Yeah, yeah. I'm not even gonna throw his name out there because it's not even worth it. Guy likes to fantasize about watching kids and step parents having sex. Not got any reasoning for your belief that the Earth is rotating yet? Pendulums are rule. Oh, we just rule out shit then? Okay. There's no such thing as flat. Ah, okay. So prove your flat Earth. See how it works? I'm sorry, man. When you show me how you can get something 14 degrees up to disappear below a horizon while maintaining its shape, I'll listen to you, Ute. What? Tommy's here? Oh, okay. Just talking about him. Wait a minute. What's made of materials that can't interact with magnetic fields? So we're talking about somebody decided to break open the G word, huh? Hey, did you know that if there was a magnetic field on the Earth that was strong enough to pull us down, the oceans would actually be floating above the land? Did you know that? Look up water is repelled by magnetism. Remember, I found the Milky Way. Yeah, you found the Milky Way on the moon. Okay, everybody. Yes, that brings me back. Petey here said that a distorted picture of the entire Milky Way, or at least, excuse me, about 180 degrees of the Milky Way, matches specific craters on the moon, which is only taking up less than, that's another 0.5, or about 0.5 degrees of your field of view. And he says because he found that matchup, I think he was trying to say that the moon is transparent. The whole Milky Way in one moon. Yeah. Good luck with that, man. No shit, housewife. Pete's just a dumbass. I'm sorry. You'd seem worse. It was on an EDU website. Your argument is just opinion, Nick. Oh, what was the argument? I missed something there. Couldn't have been very important, though, because it came out of Ute's mouth. Okay, Nick, or excuse me, Ute. Go ahead and post to me. I'm not going to scroll through and follow your whole argument. Go ahead and post to me what you think that Nick said was wrong. Something you said you found on an EDU site. Because let's not forget, flat earthers hate education because it's supposedly indoctrination. I didn't ask you to link it. I asked you to tell me what the hell was said. I can look it up. You know, because I's got Google too. Foucault pendulum can be influenced by magnetic fields. Well, I guess it would depend on maybe the material. That would be about the only place that I could see that. But oh yes, bye-bye, Pete. Good luck finding the rest of the universe in the moon. No, we wasted far too long of time on that, bud. A lone dodo. If that's what you want to call yourself, bud. Even though lead is not magnetic, it can interact slightly with magnetic fields. By moving a very strong magnet past the piece of lead, can actually cause the lead to move. Okay, the pendulum is moving. Where's the big, super strong magnet? Because you need to also continue on in that that discussion on what a very strong magnet means. Okay, because the same very strong magnet, if you are going to discuss that as being the Earth and the replacement for gravity, again, I will say this again. Look it up, probably on the same EDU website. Magnetism repels water. So unless the only magnet that you're discussing is actually placed directly below the pendulum, which really wouldn't do it very much good anyway to influence it, because it would fly wildly off of what it's doing. You would have to be saying that the whole flat Earth is a magnet, and that's how we all stay on it. But again, I reiterate to you, because I've actually done this in my sink just to verify it. Magnets repel water. So a very strong magnet, one that would be strong enough to, I guess, have the kind of influence that you think it has on everything around us, would actually repel the oceans up, away from the surface. So let's see here. if I can get some shots and video of the lunar eclipse. Oh, hell yeah. Well, everybody's, you know what? Let me tell you something cool, and let me do a little bit of hopefully advertising, given good weather. A little bit of advertising for people like Soundly and Sean Hufford. The level of awesomeness of this is just mind-boggling, but they might be able to get a what is it called? Celian eclipse, where you can see the sun rising and the moon going down eclipsed at the same time, because they are, both of them live along that line during that eclipse. I don't know exactly if they're going to be able to get it. You know, it's all weather depending. You know, I mean, they have to have a really crystal clear day, and that's a lot to ask for in January at any location. So, but that's yeah. Let's see. There's this thing called the North Pole. Okay, what about the North Pole, bud? Is the North Pole underneath that pendulum? Because actually, what you're saying, now let me pause this again. What you're saying there is that the magnetism at the North Pole, you do realize that the Foucault's pendulum goes all the way around in a circle, right? According to you, if it was being influenced by that magnet, it would turn towards north and stop, right? No, I don't give very many answers to religion because I find that it has absolutely nothing to do with the physical shape of the earth. Religion has to do with creation. That's something else in the respects of the earth. So, what do you say there, Ute? Are you saying that the Foucault pendulum stops pointing north? Because that's your argument of where the magnet is. I gave a religious type answer. No, I gave a factual answer. Religion is faith with worship involved. And, you know, so if you were going to worship something on faith as opposed to worship something or follow something or at least even just listen to fact, yeah, I'll take my facts instead of religion. What? Yeah, like I said, I agree with what was on the website. It has nothing to do with the Foucault pendulum, unless you want to tell me that all pendulums point north. Come on. No, don't care about going back to the Ireland and England thing. You guys had a long chance to talk about that. Come on. According to Hute, all Foucault pendulums point north, or stop rotating when they point north. Back that up. No, I agree. Wait a minute. How does that work? I agree. What did I agree on that makes pendulums irrelevant? Come on, what did I agree on that makes pendulums irrelevant? No, you see, you are the one who said that strong magnets can influence lead, thereby the weight in a pendulum. Now, of course, a very, very strong magnet can affect lead. A very, very strong magnet, but that very same strength of magnet that would be required to project its magnetism all the way from the North Pole, okay, at that strength would make the oceans come out of the water. Or, well, yeah, it would make the water come out of the area of the ocean. So, no, I did not agree with you. I agree with that, Tony. I don't have faith. I have earned trust. Oh, I guess Petey's not talking to me anymore. Poor guy. Comes all the way up here, over here just to get beat up. Sly doesn't know what to say. He agrees with the EDU page. Yes, I do. But doesn't agree with a guy saying, look, here's an EDU. No. What discussion are you making? Okay, here's his exact quote. Sly doesn't know what to say. Okay, which, yeah, you'd be hard-pressed to catch me on that. Agrees with the EDU page. Yes, that strong magnets in close proximity to lead can actually draw a small bit of the lead in its direction, meaning have a very light force on it. That's because you're not going to get pure lead. But let's see. But doesn't agree with a guy saying, look, here's an EDU page. No, I'm just saying that you using that as an example is totally ignorant of what needs to occur. Okay? You show me that magnet, and then we'll talk. And then when you answered that, you said, well, duh, you have never heard of the North Pole? Okay. So that would mean that would be one extremely strong fucking magnet to pull lead from any distance in, let's say, North America. Okay. And that strength would actually repel the water at least from the North Pole down to North America. Okay. So, no, you are making a false assumption and thereby somehow trying to claim something. No, it's not too close for it's not close for compasses. Dude, do you realize how light the magnetic force is that is required for compasses? Do you realize how light that magnetic force is? I mean, obviously you're going somewhere with this like you would, if I threw steel up in the air, it would like pull towards the north. Okay. So if you want to keep on making an ass out of yourself, just keep going, buddy. What's a non-squirter? I'm not even that sounds like a porn reference. Very sad one at that. Exactly, Terman. Which is why I said it would make it point north. Do you realize how much? Yeah, I realize how much mass is at the end of a focal pendulum. Okay, I understand that completely. But why doesn't it point north instead? Why does it keep going around instead of stopping at north towards your big magnet? Answer that. No, I probably gave up before I got to that one there, Pete. There's some people stuff that's just too absurd to watch. Failed, Neg, failed. Yeah, well, until you make a point, Pia, Pete, you're just kind of, yeah, just talking. Hello, you, answer my question. I didn't mean make it go boing north, but are you saying the magnet's moving now? Is the North Pole moving? Because he just answered me in case anybody didn't see this. He says Sly because it's powerful enough. It's powerful enough to make it deviate, not just go boing to the north. I never said it goes boing to the north. I said it would stop there. That would be within the parameters of deviation because that pull would be occurring. I never said violently. I'm talking about the motion of a pendulum. No, the end of the pendulum is what's causing the movement. Yeah. Dude, you need to understand exactly what it is you're saying. Okay, big fat piece of lead hanging on the bottom of a string, coming all the way down from a big tall building, or the roof of a big tall building. They start swinging it, right? According to you, the rotation that's observed there is occurred by a large magnet, a very strong magnet at the North Pole. Excuse me, North Pole. Duh. Ever heard of it? Okay, that's your claim. So if it was influencing the motion, okay, I'm not making any exaggerations that it's just going to pull straight north, but yet if it was influencing the direction of swing to cause it to look like it's rotating, it wouldn't go past north. It would swing in a direct. It would still be swinging, but it would only end up swinging in a north-south direction. Do you get it now? Married to a butch man, though. No thanks. I have no idea what that means. The the moment that it's momentarily weightless is when the actual deviation occurs because of the rotation of the Earth. Now, according to you, that would be to the North Pole magnet thing. Yep, there we go. Typical cop out because Ute has ran out of things to say. This means that you finally realize what I was talking about, and he realizes that his comment makes no sense because he says, "Sly, it doesn't matter, dude. I know you guys are paid off to do this. Go fuck yourself." Well, guess what, buddy? Go fuck yourself too, because the only payment that I've received for doing any of this, besides a wonderful gift that I got from a fellow debunker, I actually got, after 2 years, my first shield check. Yes, from YouTube. So any other payment, good luck, man. I wish I was getting paid to do this. This would be the easiest money I ever made. You're either paid off for trolling. Cute. You're on my channel. Okay. So if you're not subscribed to me, then, and your only idea that you have to do on an afternoon like this, in your time, I guess, is to come to my channel and talk ignorant shit. Who's the troll? Please. Oh, Rick, I know. Anything that's been wait. Anything that's been said, I have debunked it. There's no move. Oh, okay, Hugh. Gotcha. Let's see. There's no movement to the North Pole. Okay, well, fine. It was your claim, dude. I'm agreeing with it, but it was your claim. And actually, it was the results of your claim. But let's see. If there's no movement, well, you've debunked everything. Well, make sure you go over and tell Bob from Glowbusters that he was full of shit about that gyro that he had that counted the 15 degrees per hour rotation of the Earth. Make sure you go over and tell him that. Okay. So. Dude, when did I backtrack against an EDU page? Have I listened to your first video? Nope, I haven't. Do you have a video? Or let me actually say this, seeing that you're asking me if I listened to it. Did you perform any experimentation in your video? Answer me that. Wait, oh, and you cannot be shown evidence. Oh, Hute. Creative Commons. Wait, my first video slide, it's on Creative Commons M8. Okay, let me please answer my question. Did you perform any independent experimentation in your video? Waiting. Waiting. Ever seen the curve of the earth with your own eyes? Yeah, buddy, you saw it. You said it was the edge on Lake Erie. Do I need experimentation to know we do not possess the perfect engineering required to then say a pendulum is only... who cares about... Did you do an experiment? That's not what I asked you. Did you do an experiment in your video? It's pretty easy. It's either yes or no. You need to prove... Nope, don't care. Did you do any experimentation in your video, Hugh? Don't ask me what I'm after. You are promoting your video, and you've got my full attention. Did you perform any experimentation in your video? Who said we could see the curve of the earth from the ground? We could see curvature by things falling downwards beyond the horizon, dude. Don't get it twisted. Oh, I know he is there, Bo. Why do you need to know? We do not have... Dude, that... Okay, let me just say this. Maybe this will resonate better with a flat earther. You're doing right now, Hugh, what bitches do. Okay, what punks do. Okay, you don't want to answer my question, and so you're coming up with different sly lawyering, laughing. Why do you need to know that we do not have perfect engineering claims to these things and all this? Well, then, what are you buying then, man? If you want me to see your video, you got to tell me if there's experimentation in it. Why do you need an experiment? Because I need facts. That's what I need. I need facts. I don't go on what other people say. Okay. Even 2 times in this thing, I disagreed with in this whole Isle of Man thing. I disagreed with people who are on my side and all this, or at least, excuse me, arrived at different conclusions. Let's just put it that way. Okay. I don't need what do you call it? I don't need other people's words. I need facts. And you're trying to sell me flat Earth as being a fact. So what experiments, which are the only things that produce facts, have you produced? Call him wee wee. Okay. Hey, buddy boy, go watch my Frankfurt video. Yes. The answer to your question is yes. But you're talking about left to right curvature, so don't even bother. Because I'm not going to respond to you. I am not buying shit. No, you're not answering shit is what you're not doing. Answer my question, cute. You want me to go watch a video where you claim to be proving something. The only way you can prove something to me is with experimentation, or at least a damn good analysis. So, is there experimentation? Because that's what I require from flat earthers. Then, is there experimentation in your video? Is there experimentation in your video? Let's see, Ireland from England. Yeah, if you want to believe fucking Riley here. Why do I need to prove it? Bob already did that for me. Okay, so basically what it is that Hugh is just trying to get under my skin, which, shit, ain't none of y'all been able to do. And is doing the typical bob and weave of, I'm not going to answer, I'm just going to talk shit and all this. I don't really know anything, but, you know, I'm going to deny everything that Sly says. And so, dude, really, I don't give a shit what you say anymore. No, I don't care. You're making claims the earth moves. No, don't care, man. Because until you produce experimentation to the contrary, I don't want to hear it, dude. Okay? Because every answer you've given has been everything but a yes or a no. No, Sly's not on the ropes. Fuck you. Come on, Bob and Weave. Just a yes or a no. That's all I need, man. Oh, wow. Now I got two people. Oh, wow. Two people saying it now. You've taken away that oh, I know magnetism's there. Duh. How the fuck do you think a compass works? You've not proven that engineering, that perfect engineering is possible? Nope, never have. Never did a video on that. You've not shown that the Earth, why? You've not shown why Earth is rotating? Who gives a shit? Okay, I've not shown why I have dark hair either. It just kind of happened that way. So, that's all I got for you, bud. You're a waste of time, man. You're almost as much of a waste of time as Buddy Boy, but at least Buddy Boy comes up with some silly shit. Yeah, I agree, Everett. So, since nobody has anything of particular interest to bring to me, other than really sad attempts at whataboutism, okay, has a hard on for flat Earth. No, I wouldn't go that far with it. But I will say this. Again, I will repeat myself. The reason I do this is because A, it has become a hobby. Originally, it was just what the fuck is this? And I will say, contrary to all the flat earthers who said, oh, well, I was researching the flat earth and then I became a flat earther because I found it to be right and all this. And those idiots, none of them have any research. Okay, it's always some I don't know, some account, you know, where you go over to their account to find out what research they've actually done, and they have, you know, like 2 subscribers, which I'm not saying subscriber counts are important in research, but I am saying that when you have 2 subscribers and no content on your thing, it makes me wonder who those 2 subscribers are. But as far as just listening to the claims of flat earthers, okay, I'm quoted for, or I'm noted for writing on the responses to, well, the occasional drive-by flat earther who comes by and puts comments on my video. I always put thanks for supporting the globe, and the reason why is this, you know, just like Petey here and Ute and Buddy Boy and all this, who just happened to show up because, you know, yeah, whatever reason. I would actually really love to know who they really are. But yeah, what bugs me, I guess, is that they find it productive to argue against something with absolutely no facts to back it. Absolutely none. Not one simple experiment. You know, that was something that I was You know, and I'm repeating myself again. When I did my first experiment, and honestly, to me, it was the only experiment that needed to be done for that $5,000 bet that nobody ever took, and still nobody has even attempted to take. Yeah, they I went up to the roof of my house, and I was actually, I had a moment of pause because I was like, what about, what happens if this actually turns out to be, flat and all this? Well, the the ramifications are actually, at least in my mind, quite light. Of course, on a global scale, they're much larger. Um, but you wouldn't have to sell it to me at that point if I could prove it myself. Okay. I mean, you wouldn't have to sell it to me if I could prove it myself. Okay. I would be kicking you out of the way to knock down the doors of those responsible for the lie. But every experiment that I've done, every video that I've done, every hangout that I've done, okay, every single one of those things that I've done uh, have all concluded the globe to be correct. In fact, I've learned more about the ways to prove the globe than I ever even thought about knowing, because you don't get taught this shit in school. Okay, all this stuff, oh, education, blah blah blah, indoctrination. You don't get taught this shit. I didn't get taught that someday people are going to come to you and talk about flat Earth, and you need to make sure that you have this answer prepared for them and stuff like that. I never got taught that shit. Okay, yeah, we had a globe in the room and stuff like that because that was just, well, because that's where we live. It's part of everyday life. Um, but and I've honestly, somewhere in the back of my mind, I've honestly been saying, what if a flat earther actually comes to me and gives me something that I personally cannot refute? Okay, and I am not a Harvard educated anybody. Okay, I what do you call it? I have a degree in commercial art. I'm an Army veteran with a high school diploma, and I've learned a couple other things along the way. I've traveled the world. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've been to a lot of places. Okay, and not one thing that flat earthers have brought me from their basements, yes, I could say that with ease, from their basements, has even raised an eyebrow as to the validity of the globe. Not one. I haven't seen one experiment. I haven't seen one rationale. I haven't seen not one. And I have watched probably more flat earth videos than flat earthers have. Okay? Probably watched more than you have. And I don't go into anything with a bias. I'm like, okay, show me what you got. That's the limit of my bias. Show me what you got. And all I get shown is shit that, I mean, half the stuff I've debunked. Hell, I debunk it on my smoke break. Atheist apologetics. Interesting. There's not one thing. Riley isn't lying. He's merely took a video of something, and we cannot see the globe. Yeah. Yeah. Did you also catch the part in there where Riley said that he could see Scotland, and then right next to it was the Isle of Man? Actually, almost like right behind it was the Isle of Man. Yeah. Good luck. Draw that out on any map, and then come back here when you find that to be a serious claim. You call him a liar without reasoning. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've called Riley a liar. I've just called him humorously wrong. That's not calling somebody a liar. Okay? I'm calling you a liar. How's that? I'm calling you a liar for coming to me, telling me about videos that you have that I need to go see. Okay? And you're kind of lying to me by telling me that they have any value. knowing that I only accept things with experimentation. There's no magic island. All you see is the Isle of Man in that entire video. That's all you see. And as also quite simply laid out, 0.57 degrees high above the no more than 0.57 degrees high off the horizon, even if on a flat Earth. This is like being in church. Yeah. Go get on your knees somewhere else, buddy. Because you know what? Of all the videos you've watched of Flat Earth and all the videos you've watched of all these people and other stuff, I never once have I told anybody to believe me. I just present the facts. You can work them out yourself. I never said, I got it. I never said, oh, you got to believe what I saw. Never once. I bet your guys can't, over there on the Flat Earth side, can't say that, can they? They're like, you got to believe this. Expand your mind. You know, and I've always wondered what that is, you know, what kind of a freeing motion that must be to walk around thinking that everybody lies to you. That's not freeing. Surface of water to curve? I didn't have to do that, man. Fucking Skiba did that for me. You know, and your answer was that's the edge of flat Earth on Lake Erie. Go over and watch Skiba or Explosive Truth. Actually, go watch Explosive Truth's channel because he has the unedited raw version, raw footage of Rob Skiba's non-distorted GoPro. They replaced the lens out. And when he gets up to 100,000 feet and is looking over Lake Erie, you are looking at 4-point-something degrees of curvature of water on a large scale. Deal with it. Curvature that actually he said was there, but then blamed it on, what did he blame it on? Lens distortion, even though his own test prior to launch showed that it didn't even have that much at its most extreme point. So deal with that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done not getting answers from flat earthers. And I made my point in the beginning of this video about what I wanted to show, but then I decided I was going to take a little bit of extra time and address the chat. And I really appreciate the over 160 people who showed up here. And please do me a favor, give this video a like on your way out, because that would just make me feel really cool. Other than that, yeah, look up all this stuff yourselves. Okay, I'll even say it out loud this time. Look up all this stuff yourself. Do all the checking yourself. And just because you might have a question about something does not negate its answer. It just means that you don't know it. And that's the best place to start any experimentation. Don't walk into it say, I'm trying to prove something. You need to walk into it say, I want to see what the result is. And if I know that I did this honestly and to the best of my ability, then I'm going to follow those results. Because that's what I do. Okay? And that's what just about anybody who's interested in science or experimentation does. It's not my work ethic. It's the work ethic of science itself. Science itself is based on question everything. Yeah, okay, buddy boy, tell you what, I'll get the surface of water to curve as soon as you get me a tub of water about the size of the Lake Erie. Okay? Sound cool? Go ahead and get a crowdfunding started for that. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, please give me a like on the way out. And I look forward to what Riley has to say about any of this tomorrow, even though he probably won't say anything. He'll just say that point of view or azimuth doesn't matter or something like that. Sorry, Riley, man. You need to just fucking give it up, dude. Find anything. Yeah, no shit, Sky. All right. Ladies and gents, y'all have yourselves a nice night.